News Channel 11 Sports with Jesse Kroll.
Well, good morning. Now, we're barely into the high school basketball season, but there's plenty of high-quality teams in the area. Two of them are Greenville and Dobyns-Bennett, who are both 500 or better on the season. And how about the band coming out for the game last night? You got to love to see the kids just going at it on the drums. But Greenville stole the show last night. Jacoby Gillespie finds Austin Lovin underneath the rim. He gets the quick bucket for two. The Green Devils went up big in the second half, but the Indians kept it close. Jack Browder goes right hand off the glass. Indians down 13. But shortly after, Gillespie picks up another assist. This time Micah Banks for the triple. But a little bit later, Jaden Alderson pushes it up and finds Abaya Relaford. He's going to hit a three, but Greenville's going to take the win as they win it 58-41. We'll make our way south with Science Hill hosting Tennessee High. The Toppers led 27-20 at the half, but you can trust that QB1 Cole McBrayer will find the open man. The senior heaves up to fellow senior Blake Fowler for two, and the Toppers' own big man, Jake Matherin. He's going to draw the defense, and that leaves Keenan Coltlip wide open in the corner for the three, but the Vikings weren't backing down in this one. Aiden Carter freezes the defender with the hesitation and takes it hard to the rack past the defense, but now Matherin, you saw that he can dish out the rock, but the man can dominate in the paint. He not only fights for the offensive board, but gets the putback as well. Both teams go blow for blow, but the Toppers come out on top, 55-44. Over in Elizabeth and Sullivan Central visited the Cyclones, and they were wishing, well, they would have stayed in Bluntford early in this one. The ball bobbles around the whole floor. It's going to actually bounce off some hands before Will Clocks knocks down the short jumper, and the Cyclones just continue to grind at their end. Now, you can't leave Jake the Snake Roberts open like that, or he'll punish you with the three. And the Cyclones led 14-1 after the first, but the Cougars tried to stay with the Clones. Jolton Harrison finds Bryson Crabtree, and the senior will punish you from downtown. But Elizabethan wouldn't let its foot off the gas. Cox gives it off. He'll get it right back, knocking down the triple. Yes, the bank was open last night. Shenstrel shows a little fight in this one in the second half, but Elizabethan holds on to win 61-48. Now let's head back over to Kingsport. Sullivan North taking on Cloudland. The Raiders' offense was lethal right off the tip. Trey Williams finds Isaiah Pruitt in the corner. He sinks the three. North started the game on an 8-0 run, and the Raiders just showing off the versatility. They'll work the ball into Christian Hill. He finishes at the rim, and then just seconds later, Pruitt's actually going to come up with the steal, and he's off to the races, chalking up a pair as well. That made it 14-0. It'd get to 16-0 before Cloudland got on the board. Connor Birchfield passed it to Hunter Shell. He got this one in rhythm and nails it to get in the scoring column. Then just a couple minutes later, Bentley Gilbert throws it ahead to Elijah Blair. That'll get a tough layup, but he gets it to go. The Highlanders would settle in after the tough start, and they'd actually make it a game, but Sullivan North takes home the win 71-63. Before the boys showdown, the girls took the court, and we'll pick this up in the third quarter. Highlanders up big. Birchfield gets it in the post. A nice little hesitation move, getting the hook shot, kissing it off the glass. And Sullivan North, Lily Crawford, she'll show off the handles. Little crossover move, step back, and she'll knock down the three. Nothing but net. And she was just trying to bring the Raiders back, but Cloudland's offense was flowing last night. Birchfield comes off a little screen, goes up with the pull-up jumper and sinks it. Then jump into the fourth. Sarah Bates hauls in the board, and she lays it ahead to Lily Crawford, who finishes at the rack wide open with the full head of steam. But Cloudland's going to come up with the win 57-19. Let's head back to Dobyns-Bennett to see Bill Francis and the Lady Indians take on Greenville. Their offense got off to a hot start, and much to the credit goes to Jabriah Johnson. She's doubled in the post, but folks, it doesn't matter. She puts DB up 14-2, but Greenville makes some plays in the second. Siobhan Weems gets her hands on the rebound, rips it away, and the former high school standout Delana DeBrusque puts it in for two, making it an 8-point game. There's a pretty quick sequence right here. Chloe Marsh drives baseline for Greenville, pulls off the reverse layup, but they got to get back on defense because the Lady Indians are pushing it forward. Caitlin Wallace drives baseline, skips over to Blair Bennett. Greenville, they're going to keep it close in this one, but Dobyns-Bennett improves to 10-1, getting the 51-44 win. Now back in Johnson City, there was plenty of Christmas spirit at the Science Hill and Tennessee High girls game. Cheerleaders love the Christmas hats right there, but the Toppers didn't waste any time, just rip and roll right off the bat. Erin Egerbrecht sinks the three, and you just got to put a hand in her face. But just like her, Alexa Lewis can stroke it from the outside, and she spots up, hitting nothing but nylon. But even with someone in her grill, Egerbrecht can knock down the long ball. She and the rest of her Topper teammates cut a case of the buckets last night, but Science Hill also has some size down low with Elias Smith battling on the block. She takes on half the defense, gets her own board, gets the putback as well, and the Toppers didn't let up the rest of the way, winning 72-34. Looking at the Elizabethton Central girls game, Cougars up 6 at the start of the fourth. Parker Hard fires it into Abby Crawford, who sinks the baby skyhook. And the Cyclones, they were doing work on the blocks as well. Kaylin Shell works the baseline and slips past the defender for 2. Then the Cyclones, well, they nearly lose the rock, but Kelsey Winters corrals the loose ball and takes the defense head on, flipping it in for 2. But the Cougars offense was moving it all over the floor. Mary McClellan threads the needle to a cut, and Peyton Sam, that was a great move from number 11. So her and the rest of her teammates are going to close out for a 55-40 victory.